Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka B.Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. Happy Friday, y'all! DR.DRE's ex-wife gets her payday, Beyonce's mansion catches on fire, and Kandi has some thoughts on SHEREÉ Whitfield joining Housewives of Atlanta. You know what to do. Grab your tea, grab your beverage, let go! Hey beauty besties, happy Friday, and thank God it's Friday. How you doing out there, sugar? We've made it to the end of another week, and I hope you guys had a productive, a positive week. What do you have planned good for the weekend? Anything good at all? Baby, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I learned about my productive week is that when you come back from vacation, you gotta work the very next day, you take the day off, child. But baby, I don't have tea today, because guess what I have instead? A bottle of Prosecco. So I said, you know, my beauty besties got me to 1,000 subscribers. And I wanted to officially celebrate and thank you all for helping me achieve that milestone. You know, one of many milestones to come, sugar. But I said, you know what? We're not drinking tea today. We popping bottles, honey. So as we talk about today's news, ooh, I love that sound. Ew! As we talk about today's news, we're gonna sip our bubbly to get through it. So whether you got your tea or a little something extra today, let's make it happen together. By the way, I'm gonna teach y'all a little trick. I learned this from one of my good friends who owns a restaurant. He says, do you charge your glasses? And I was like, the only charge I do for my glasses was the charge I was charged when I bought them. But to charge your glasses, you pour a little bit of the sparkling in the bottom, allow it to settle down, right? So that way when you go to pour the rest of it, it doesn't overly fizz and you can control it. Look, I'm trying to make sure this trick works in front of y'all. But look how beautiful that pours because we charge the glass. Ow. Now, cheers to you. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers and the thousands and thousands and thousands more that we're going to experience together. So my thing is, every milestone, we're going to celebrate with a little bit of bubbly, and every milestone, the bubbly will get a little bit better and better. But cheers to you, sugar. Y'all ready to go into our first topic? Let's do it. So in today's episode of What in the Tomfoolery, a couple's engagement picture has gone viral. You know, I thought Rachel Kirkconnell from The Bachelor, her plantation party and dressing up for that was bad. She got one up. In these photos, there's a whole interracial couple. Yes, I said a whole, not a half, not a quarter, not a third. A whole interracial couple. A black man in shackles and a white master woman freeing her black slave from his shackles so they could be together in love. I don't know if this is what Mary meant when they said the shackles on my feet so I could dance, but literally she is freeing him from his shackles. And the photos are here. Y'all can see these photos as we talk about it, because this is just the tomfoolery that just blows my mind right here in terms of this concept. And apparently this is supposed to be part one of their engagement photos. Y'all know I have questions about this concept of this photo shoot and the actual execution of it. And the first question goes to the black man. What does this black man say to his black mama, his black sister, his black cousin, his black family about this photo? How do you send this photo out to any of your black friends and relatives with a real serious face and with genuine enthusiasm over this? That's the first question. Second question, there were at least 3 people on this photo shoot. The woman, the guy, and the photographer. Did the photographer not think twice about what he was photographing? And did something not resonate deep down in the photographer's soul? And granted, I don't know the race of the photographer. The photographer could have been white and be like, gee golly willikers, this is such a great idea. Who knows? And my last question is, they were sitting around the table having conversations and ideating about their engagement photos. Who birthed this idea and spoke it out of their mouth? Was it the white Beyonce that says, you know what, Daryl, I think we should show everybody, our friends and family, that the trauma of the United States can still bring love together? And did he look at her and was like, Jill, I agree. Let's do it. Like, literally. How did you guys agree upon a slave theme engagement photo shoot? Now, what I also feel like is if Get Out was a person, it would be this couple. Sir, blink thrice if you need help. Because at this point, Jesus, if you're coming back, you might as well just go ahead and let us know. Because at this point, this level of tomfoolery, it blows my mind. And question for y'all. Y'all received this picture in the mail as a save the date for y'all friend's wedding. Y'all showing up for the wedding, especially my people of color, because I know I wouldn't. Y'all know I'm petty. If I was to get that RSVP, I would politely decline it and send them a wedding gift, a 2-part wedding gift of a 100 pack of great value cotton balls and Q-tips so he can remove her nail polish and she can clean his ears from the fruits of their labors from being enslaved and during the time of slavery. And what happens once they get married? Because they said that there's a part 2 to this engagement photo shoot. Is he taking her family and now sticking her family in the field? Is this some kind of weird reverse racism, like Jordan Peele type of movie that they're trying to recreate here? It does not set well with me. What y'all plan on? What do y'all think here? Would y'all even go to a wedding if you receive an engagement photo that looked like this? Y'all let me know, but let's move on. Speaking of tomfoolery, racism is still alive, and I say that because an Alabama lawmaker is now being asked to resign after he stood up in a recorded council meeting and used the N-word. It's the unmitigated gall for me. You know, it's not even the unmitigated gall for me. It is the white audacity for me. So Tarrant, Alabama had a council meeting and it posted this video on Monday on their Facebook page. John Tommy Bryant stood up and pointed at a black councilwoman, and asked, do we have a house in here? Excuse me? Baby, the way the gas fell over that room, I'm surprised there weren't tables shaken and things thrown at this man. So Wayne Boham said the outburst by John Bryant was a response of her questioning him on why his wife repeatedly uses the N-word on her Facebook post. Sir, just because you're being asked about your wife using the N-word does not give you the authority to use it in a council meeting as you sit amongst other black people. You are a lawmaker and you are held to a higher standard, you and your family, because you're now in the public eye. But you know what blows my mind, people? The fact that, because I'm going to fast forward past the story, guys. You can read the story. I'm going to put the link in the bio if you want to go into details here. But what blows my mind, when he was asked by the media if he was a racist, first of all, he hesitated and paused. Well, indicator 1, that you might be a racist. 2, he said, by public opinion, I might be a racist, but by the true definition, I'm absolutely not. I'm sorry. John, do you know the definition of a racist? Let me fill you in. A racist is prejudice against or antagonistic toward a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that's the minority or one that is marginalized. You looked at a marginalized person, a black person, because we're the minority, we're marginalized, and you said, do we have a house and in the house? Sir, by definition and by public opinion, you're a racist. And what burns my biscuits is the fact that this man refuses to apologize for his comment and or resign because he thinks he's right. So you don't have the liberty to use that word. But again, we're in Alabama, not to say that Alabama it gets excused, but this shows us that the racism exists. And what blows my mind is we still have people say in the debate that racism does not exist in America. Hell, they're trying to not even teach racial theory anymore in schools. I don't know about y'all people in Tarrant, Alabama, but baby, I can't tell y'all what to do. But I'm going to tell y'all what y'all have the right to do is peaceful assembly. Y'all better get y'all a permit and protest in front of City Hall, Council Hall. And I'm sure that man's address is public information. Y'all do what y'all want with public information, but this man could not continue to represent me the way he just blatantly threw around the N-word and directed it at a council member. Fighting. Every black person in there should have been laying hands on that man. And I don't condone violence, but I do condone teaching somebody a lesson. Okay? What are your thoughts here? Let's move on. So y'all know we've been watching this whole DR.DRE and Nicole Young divorce play out, child. And y'all know Nicole at one point was asking for $2 million a month as spousal support. Well, the judge has just agreed and declared that DR.DRE has to pay Nicole Young $293,306 a month. You know, math class, they said these supposed to just round up after a certain number. So I'm gonna round that up to $300,000 a month. And according to my mathematician skills, because y'all know I'm a makeup artist, not a mathematician, that's about $3.5 to $3.6 million a year. Baby, he has to start paying her $300,000 a month starting August 1st. So now Dr.DRE has to pay rent, pay mortgage, all his bills, and $300,000 a month. Talk about making it rain on schedule. Nicole is literally getting rained on the 1st of every single month. In addition to paying her $300,000 a month, he has to maintain her Malibu home and her Pacific Palisade home, 2 homes, y'all, and has to continue to pay her health care. And you know what makes it so interesting? She gets $300,000 for life. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. She gets it for life as long as she never remarries or enters into a domestic partnership. Girl, unless you about to remarry to Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos, who you about to remarry, Nicole? Because if it was me, I had no reason to remarry for $3.6 million a year, okay? The boy toy, the boyfriend, the whatever you want to call it can sit down over here because this $3.5 million a year is taking care of us, okay? In fact, I may cycle out the partner every 10 years just to keep it fresh so the courts don't get suspicious. But she has earned her bag, and on top of that, this is not even the final settlement. They said that this is just temporary support until the actual divorce is fully settled. Sis is getting $300,000 a month temporarily until this divorce is done. And who knows how long it takes for this divorce to be completed. What would y'all do for $300,000 a month in spousal support? I know what I would be doing. Boat it out every week with my good Judy. Drinking the best champagne and eating my oysters on the half shell. Oh, Nicole, we going to lunch at the Ivy or Mr. Chow? Cause sis, you earned that bag at least temporarily. Are you guys familiar with the audio app Clubhouse? I am, because I'm on it. Well, Clubhouse became a thing this summer, especially while we were locked in this house in the pandemic, honey, the pan con leche, because it turned into an invite only, because it was in beta testing phase, invite only and only for iPhones. And people would sit on the app and listen to discussions and topics. Sometimes people will be moderators. People will get invited to the stage. You can listen to you regular people like your beauty best friend or some really famous celebrities talk about things and all together. Well, Clubhouse has just now announced that come one, come all, invitations are no longer needed. All y'all Android users out there can now join as well. And so if you are interested in Clubhouse, go ahead and download it. It's now free for everybody. At one point, I felt like they was giving out these invites to Clubhouse anyways, like a COVID test. But now you don't need an invite and you can join it. I foresee that Clubhouse is starting to wane itself off and it's going to end up turning into like a MySpace. You know how MySpace was real hot and now it's not? I think that because we were all locked in the house for so long, Clubhouse was so hot, but because we're all back outside, nobody has time to be tethered to their cell phone like it's a two-way trucker radio. But if you're interested in Clubhouse and want to know what all the hype about, go ahead and download it. It's available to everybody now. Let's move on. Child, Queen Bee herself, Beyonce's $2.4 million mansion in New Orleans caught fire. And as a side note, do y'all ever notice how we're like, Beyonce's home, blah, 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 and it's never Jay and Beyonce? I don't know, I just thought about that. Well, her New Orleans home caught fire recently, and it took 22 firemen and over 2 hours for them to extinguish the fire. The good news is nobody got hurt because nobody was there. So my question is, how does fire start if nobody was there? Because this is a New Orleans mansion, and by the way, this is an old historic home built in 1927 that used to be a Presbyterian church. So y'all know the way my mind works is it's New Orleans. Y'all know New Orleans has lots of trauma with black people and the slave trade and the cruelty and just everything down there in New Orleans. So I don't know if I could live in an old Presbyterian church, now a modern day home, because it's giving me very American Horror Story murder house and or coven. But I need to know, how does house catch on fire and nobody was home? And second of all, why is everything happening to Beyonce? Her warehouse got broken into and now her home caught on fire? Is this insurance issues allegedly happening here? Or is she just being attacked But again, anything is possible in New Orleans, honey, with these spirits. Well, the good news is nobody was hurt. But now I wonder if she's going to sell this house, because now that everybody knows that this was the house that caught on fire, y'all know how we are. We can't let people to have privacy in their lives. I'm sure this is now a memorial site for Beyonce, and people are going to start adding to those New Orleans tours randomly popping up. Well, Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi Burruss told Love Beast God and Access Hollywood that she would not mind if SHEREÉ Whitfield came back. She says, SHEREÉ and I have had our ups and downs, but SHEREÉ makes for great television, and she's had some great explosive moments, and so I would not mind seeing SHEREÉ coming back to the franchise. So y'all know SHEREÉ came back to the franchise on season 9 and then left on season 10, and she's now, according to a lot of the bloggers in the blog reports, she's now in heavy discussion to come back as a full-time housewife with a peach. Now, my thing is, SHEREÉ, once you sign this dotted line, because I think SHEREÉ's coming back. She's easy, she's cheap, she's affordable. But once you come back, SHEREÉ, you better pick up them bones where you left off and make sure you bring us all those jailhouse bones from your new boyfriend, Tyrone, now that he's out of jail. We want to know what life after lockdown looks like in Chateau SHEREÉ. Okay? But you know what's funny to me? I guarantee you, if somebody said Phaedra was coming back, or what was your thoughts on Phaedra coming back, Kandi would be like, bye, I'm done. So I'm hoping, because we need SHEREÉ. We need a familiar face. We need the drama. We need a shakeup in the cast. So SHEREÉ, you got Kandi's endorsement, girl. Make it happen. I hope they bring her back and she signs on the dotted line. What are your thoughts? We want SHEREÉ back, or would you prefer Phaedra over SHEREÉ? Let me know. Congratulations goes out to legendary actress Marla Gibbs. You know, to me, Marla Gibbs is the Black community's version of Betty White. She's been in the game for so long. She's still acting. She's had historic classic roles in television, from The Jeffersons to my favorite 227, because there's no place like home. I mean, no place, child. One of my favorite shows. She just recently earned her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I believe in giving our elders and our icons their flowers while they're still alive. So I'm so glad that Marla Gibbs finally earned a star after all these years, y'all, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So cheers to you, Marla Gibbs. And before I get out of here, beauty besties, I need you to do 2 things for me this weekend. Watch Love and Marriage Huntsville on Saturday, because it premiered last Saturday, so episode 2 airs this Saturday. And I need you to watch Real Housewives of Potomac, because I'm hitting you guys with a double hitter on Monday. We're going to get ready together with Hot Topics on Monday, and at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, so mark your calendar, I'm going to recap and review both shows with you with a special guest. I love him. He's hilarious. I love his commentary. He watches all of the reality franchises. So I said, Jeremy, let's talk Real Housewives of Potomac together and Love and Marriage Huntsville. So we're going to do that. So set your calendars, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube. And in the meantime, guys, I got to go. You know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave me a comment. Most importantly, check the notifications and make sure they're turned on. Guys, I love you so much. Cheers to you for a beautiful Friday and a great weekend, and thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I'm enjoying the rest of my champagne, but before I do that, who loves you? I do. See you on Monday. Bye.